It is estimated that 16 million children under 18 have been orphaned by AIDS. Around 14.8 million of these children live in sub-Saharan Africa.
We have hope!
My name is Adam Richard Ajodo. I come from Kpando, Ghana, and I'm the co-founder and the country director of Hardthaven Children's Home.
Hardthaven, I would say, is a home that is set as also care for children living with HIV/AIDS. They are being brought here. They go for their periodic medications and checkups. Whilst the other homes, sometimes they don't care about those living with HIV/AIDS. They do shun away from their company.
Hardthaven is different from other orphanages because Hardthaven is not an orphanage. Hardthaven is a children's home. The children in the home are not all orphans. A lot of them do have parents, but they are not able to care for them. We focus on HIV/AIDS orphans, which means children who have lost one or both of their parents due to HIV/AIDS. And some of our children are also positive. And I think with the big stigma in the community, as far as I know, that we are almost the only one in Ghana who focuses on HIV/AIDS orphans.
AIDS is real. AIDS, HIV/AIDS is real. You see, it is around, even if it's not my community.
People who first brought the message of HIV/AIDS to this continent, they first brought it with fear. Just like the early 80s, they said there is a new disease which kills. So when they brought the information, say, hey, there is a new disease, it's called HIV/AIDS. If somebody gets it, don't get close to the person will give it to you. Don't eat with the person, don't drink with the person. That is how it started.
Stigmatization is the biggest problem. It's like a mountain, even higher than this for us to pass. If somebody is sick from tuberculosis, we get closer. If somebody is suffering from malaria, we try to go. If somebody is wounded, any other disease, fine. But when they begin to hear that this is the disease, everybody is frightened, even your own siblings.
But other families who don't have it, other families who don't understand what HIV is, stigmatize these children.
Fear even to touch you, fear even to go near you, and all those things.
Because we don't know much about this sickness, we don't know much about this disease, we think that as soon as a mother or a father die from this disease, it's clear that his son or his daughter is also going to die from that sickness. So these children are being stigmatized till they also die to meet their parents wherever they are. So the idea of Hardthaven came right from that place, that something have to be done to these children. Somebody have to rescue these children. We don't have to let these children be dying like that. Is it their fault? After all, they are HIV/AIDS positive. Don't they have the right to live? Somebody have to protect their right. Somebody have to keep them live. When we started the home, I was, at one time, for 2 months, I was the father, I was the mother, I was the matron, I was the grandfather and grandmother of all these children. But now we have people that we have shared roles for, who are taking care of these children. But there are people in the home who are doing the work I used to do. The two of them are basically for nutrition. They take care of the food and the market and everything for the children. And one of them is basically for health and hygiene.
My position at Hardthaven, I work as a health and hygiene caregiver in the home.
She look at them, she takes them to the hospital, she make sure that everybody who is supposed to take medicine takes medicine, everybody needs to be clean, everybody needs to be well fed. She is in charge of health and sanitation.
Bobby, on the daily basis at Hardthaven, in the morning I supervise the children to clean the environment. And at 7 in the morning, they take their medication before going to school. And they come back. I supervise them and monitor their uniforms to see how clean they are. And in the evening, they take their medications again.
My role in the Hardthaven is a manager. Manager in the sense that to oversee the affairs generally in the home.
He makes sure that the children go to school regularly. He go and check if there is something, a problem in the school. He go and check, look at it. If a child is facing problem, he goes to the school to solve the problem, to see what is wrong. He attends the PTA. So he's basically for the educational and the home visit project. He is mainly in charge of, and how to get new kids into the home. He does the social inquiry report on all the children that we accept into the home again.
For a child to enter a home, we both collaborate with the Department of Social Welfare. This is to child welfare in the district of Mando Township in generally. So should a child comes to the home, should be recommended by the Department of Social Welfare.
That when the babies have HIV positive and then maybe their parents are not alive and the one taking care of the baby, we realize the one is not taking good care of the baby, we call the home and then they come down. If there whatever is needed, they do the necessary things, and if there is a need for the baby to be taken, they take. Even in certain conditions when the baby is malnourished.
But in case of Hardthaven, since Edem has people who takes care of them, they are responsible for that counseling. We counsel them on, we counsel one-on-one per child. If this child, because all the children are not on the same drug, so every drug with its side effect, so we have to let them know.
I was sick and Mr. Eden took me to hospital and got me some medicine from there. After that, then I get good.
When we were sick, they would help us. When we eat the medicine takers, they will take their medicine and we go to school.
One Friday, and they just arrived with this girl. She is the tiniest person I've ever seen in my life. But I learned she was then 12 years old. Her name was Ernestina Vluvlu. I accepted her that afternoon. Before this American nurse left, a nursing student left, she gave this sick girl a big hug and a big kiss. A girl who has ringworms all around her skin. A child who has rashes all over her. This nursing student gave her a big hug and a kiss. So I asked myself, if a foreigner can even do this to a child who has my color, why can't I also do it for her? I read her medical report afterwards that she only have some few months to last because she was by herself in a village called Adakulu. She lost her mother, she lost her father, she lost her auntie, she lost her grandmother. So people in the village says that she is possessed by the demon. That is why people around her were dying. Lo and behold, she came and stayed with us for 4 years. When she started developing complications, she was not responding to treatment again. We did all we could to save her life. She died last year in Whole Regional Hospital. I asked them not to keep her, but then they should bury her. And I arrived the following day to lay beautiful flowers on her grave. She's the strongest among children that I've ever seen. She's the strongest girl I've ever seen in life. If even she's in pain, she always tells me she's okay. She's good. She's good. She's a challenger to my life. She's very dear to my life. She's written on my heart. I will never forget her. If really there is heaven, then I hope and I pray that I'll meet her one day to continue our relation.
Kobe was brought into the world in the year 2010. He's about 5 weeks old with difficulty in breathing, blisters on the head, some scars here. I called Adam because he's been coming to help us. So, Adam, we have a condition here and we have a problem. The mother has run away, there's no food to feed the baby.
So Adam and I, we said, okay, then let's take him in our own car. He was admitted for, I think, about 3 weeks. And we checked on him regularly. And when he was discharged, he came to stay with us together with his grandmother in the home for a while. And then we sent them back to the village where they went to. And a few months later, I think it was about half a year later, we were called again that Kobe is back. He's in the hospital. He was very tiny, very pale, very sick, and he was admitted for 3 months at the local hospital. And at that moment, one Sunday, we got a call, you have to come to the hospital right now.
We called him that we're having a problem.
We thought, okay, something is wrong with Kobe.
They all came with some white ladies, with the Kobe's mother, the grandmother. They were checking BP and everything.
And it turned out that it was wrong with his grandmother. She had a severe stroke. Unfortunately, she died that same day, which left Kobe completely alone. There was no family we could call. So the nurses in the hospital and the mothers of the other children in the hospital cared for Kobe for a few days, and then he was admitted at Hardthaven Children's Home. He has been there ever since, and he is now walking, running, very naughty, very strong, very healthy, and he's the happiest boy in the world.
So whenever everybody sees Kobe, they'll be shouting, "Is that Kobe?" Everybody wants to see Kobe. Is that Kobe? Is that Kobe? Say, hey, Kobe, Kobe. That's how the story of Kobe.
In the future, I hope that all children who are at Hardthaven now, they will be able to study whatever they want to study, do whatever they want to do, become who they want to become. And I hope the home will continue to give support to children who are in need.
You can help in many ways. We need food, we need medication, we need people to come and spend time and effort with us here. You can help by giving us technical support. Your advice is very important because there is a Chinese proverb that says that teach them how to fish. Don't always give them fish. If you teach us how to fish, we will fish forever. But if you give us fish today, we will eat the fish and it shall be over. The future of AIDS orphans in Ghana, I want them to be accepted by whom they are, stigma-free among them, so that they can also grow up. I just want people to know that they also have life. There is life in them. They are human beings. They are just like any of us.